Hi, my name is Knives Monroe. I'm a filmmaker from the Rio Grande Valley, but now I live in Austin, Texas. I'm a father of two kids. I'm a proud husband. And above all, I am just a man, a hopelessly inquisitive man, just like you.
Ya tú sabes, mi amor. Vamos que rico, mami. Ya nos pasamos de copa y la locura te llegó a la mente. Entrada la noche y te noto impaciente. Quieres que yo me pase, que corra todas las pases. Por debajo de la mesa yo te siento muy caliente.
Welcome to Talk the Talk Spotlight on RGV/Texas. And today, our guest is the great human being, a really good friend of mine, and somebody who's always supported filmmaking and filmmakers here in the RGV. Great family man, and just an incredible human being, an incredible guy. His name is Knives Monroe, the one and only. Oh, Knives, it's been a while, man. How are you doing?
I am hanging in there like everybody else. My autopilot is to be grateful and to be thankful for what I have. I don't automatically resort to what I don't have. Things can always be better. I don't believe in being satisfied. This has been a crazy year for the world, for Americans, and for the creative middle class like me. It's been a weird time, but there's so much to be thankful for. But thank you for asking. Above all, I'm doing well.
I would like to know, how did you get started in filmmaking?
How did I get started in filmmaking? Well, it all depends on what you call filmmaking. I remember finding a busted video camera from one of my aunts. She was going to throw it away. It didn't work anymore, the screen, but I didn't want her to throw it away. She gave it to me, and I was able to get it to work. I fixed it. All you had to do was connect it to a television, and that was your monitor. So I made little short films starting from then. Uh, you know me, I started doing backyard wrestling at a very young age, and that was just an excuse to edit videos. I created a short video compilation thing called Playing with Spoons with my buddies in high school. This was all pre YouTube. And of course, YouTube came into the scene and started making videos for the internet. It all culminated in 2012 for me when I wrote, edited, directed, produced a feature film called Her Doppelganger. And we screened that in Mission, Texas to a sold out 400 people crowd. And it was one of my crowning achievements. My mom was there, my grandma was there. It was a good time.
Who are some of your influences growing up that made you want to make movies?
Influences to me were like professional wrestling. I loved it. It's one of my favorite art forms. It's this 360 Coliseum Shakespearean tragedy mixed with fight choreography. Like it was totally meant for me. Another influence was Spike Jonze and Jeff Tremaine's Jackass on MTV. The first time I saw Jackass, I was like, "What is this?" You don't look at it as filmmaking, but that's exactly what it is. And more importantly, it was a group of guys, just kind of like wrestling, that got together and made stuff as friends. And I thought that was so cool, and it really inspired me. I got bit by the bug, the filmmaking bug, the way most people my age, impressionable freshmen, do. With Quentin Tarantino, Kill Bill was the movie for me. If it wasn't Kill Bill, it would have been Paul Thomas Anderson's There Will Be Blood. It would have been Guillermo del Toro's Pacific Rim. It would have been Inherent Vice shortly thereafter. It was gonna happen. It was just a matter of when, not if. But movies. I grew up with film, so my first memory was watching Raising Arizona as a child. I saw Terminator 2, God knows how many times as a kid. Batman Returns. Like I grew up in that generation, where movies were like the most important thing. So it was bound to happen. Everything inspired me. Music videos on MTV, everything. inspired me. And I knew I was going to need inspiration. So I soaked it all up. And sure enough, it's come in handy.
What are some of your favorite types of movies? What's your favorite category and why?
I don't have a favorite movie genre, but if I had to pick, it would be indie films, just indie cinema, something that was made by people on the budget of hot dogs and handshakes. I love those movies growing up. They were kind of pretentious, just art house cinema movies like Primer, Upstream Color, Mysterious Skin, Ryan Johnson's Brick. Like I love filmmakers their first movie. Like Wes Anderson's Bottle Rocket. It's just like a little indie gem, just a little. And I don't know if that's a genre, but that's my favorite stuff.
Knives, please tell me about your podcast and your YouTube channel and let everybody else know about it as well. All the viewers watching you right now, can you let them in on this information?
So I have a podcast called Knives Monroe versus the podcast. We've done over 100+ episodes. Started it in Donna, Texas in 2016, and it's going strong. I also have a YouTube channel that I've had for 13 years called Knives Monroe. But more importantly, I have a YouTube channel called Indie Darlings. Actually, I have a tattoo of Indie Darlings right here. Let's see if we can. There you go. And it's a company that my wife and I created. And it's in year two, so it's still baby. It's 2 years old, and I love that. So there's a YouTube channel called Indie Darlings. Check that out, and it's these resources for indie filmmakers. It's these resources for DIY folk, and hopefully you get something out of it.
How did you get your name, Knives Monroe?
You want to know how I got the name Knives Monroe? Well, I gave it to myself. It's my given name.
Knives, what would you say you're most proud of and why?
What am I most proud of and why? The two greatest accomplishments of my life that I'm supremely proud of, and nobody can take it away from me, is the quality of my kids as individuals, who they are as people. I'm so proud of. I love them. I love the relationship that I have with them, and vice versa. The love they give me is astonishing. I have a 6-year-old daughter named Fiona Phoenix Monroe, and I have a 14-year-old son who's going to be 15 in November in 2 months, named Aiden. And he's just the best. And this guy's like my soulmate. I love this guy. Teaching him how to drive, it's absolutely incredible. So the love and the connection that I have with my kids, I ain't no weekend dad. I ain't no Skype dad that sees my son, on Xbox, and whatever. Like I don't fuck around. Like I'm there with my kids. I love them. They make me so proud just who they are. They don't even have to do anything. It's my number one proudest accomplishment, achievement, thing I'm most proud of. And secondly, it's the relationship I have with my spouse, Claire, who's also my business partner. She's my partner in every sense of the word. She makes me a better man. Life did not get good until I met her, which was in Donna in 2013. That was like my rock bottom. That's a story for another time. But she saved my life, and she saves me every day. And we've been going on together for 7 years, real, real strong. And she's given me everything. And so, yeah, I think the quality of your life is in direct proportion with the quality of your relationships. That's the stuff that I hope people talk about at my funeral, anyways. I know that's pretentious and real heady, but you asked.
What do you have planned to accomplish once this pandemic is over?
Assuming that this pandemic will be over and it can end and it's not an ongoing forever thing, what I hope to accomplish is just a better brain and a better body. That's all I can really work on right now. I have a script locked and loaded, ready to go to make a movie, and I'd love to make that. But like my movies don't define me. When I was a young guy, I really thought they did. I thought the movies were going to be my legacy. What people remembered me for. But the truth is, it's like I said before. I think it's the relationships that you have, that you surround yourself with, the people, how they elevate you, and the culture that you surround yourself with, and maybe you leave something better behind than what you found it. Right now, I've been sharpening the tools. I've been There's a J. Cole song called The Middle where he's like, I'm counting my bullets, I'm counting my clips, and na 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 da 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 da. That's me. Like right now, I'm just sharpening my mind. Got into running, been going outside, getting close with nature. I feel good. This is the best I felt in years. So when this pandemic is over, I'd like to be healthier. I haven't got hit with the COVID yet. I've known people close to me that have passed away from this thing. It's no joke. And so, I'm trying my best to strengthen myself. I'm not perfect. I fuck up every day, but you get back on the horse. So hopefully by the time this is over, I'm in a better place mentally. That's all I can ask for.
And last but not least, when can we expect to see another great film by you, Knives Monroe?
Well, that assumes you've even seen a great film by me. I don't think I've made a great film yet. I've made movies. I feel pretty good. I've scratched a lot of itches, but I think this next one that I'm gonna make, it's a secret. It's just the way it's gonna be. I'm gonna do a Beyonce rollout, just drop it and put it out there for free in mass. I think people are really gonna enjoy it, and I think it's gonna be me at my peak form, at my peak filmmaking abilities, my peak storytelling abilities. This is the first time in 8 years that this story has moved me in a way where I feel like, okay, I got to give this the cinematic treatment. Because I make content for the internet every day, but a movie is something extra. It's something different. Um, I don't think you've seen a great movie from me, but stay tuned because it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Thank you so much for these questions. It was an honor to be a guest on this platform, and thank you so much. I appreciate you. You can find me at Knives Monroe on all the things. Visit Knives Monroe versus the podcast on Spotify. Give me a follow, and more importantly, check out Indie Darlings on YouTube. I love you. Keep a force field around your heart. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Tú eres loca, loquita, y si la ropa te quita, te quedas hasta mañana, amarrada a mi cama.